At the time, Hayden was merely a young hotshot researcher working in the search data correlation sector. He was assigned to find the best ways to integrate Parallax's own collection and analysis tools into System 1's LIPS operating system. Alright, if you're this far into the narrative with me, yeah, I still have no idea what that means. He's integrating stuff with other stuff. He was a bit much to handle at times, honestly, but I admired his passion for the subject. So your former CEO, which means you're former rich or still rich and looking for someone to make, can I be money, please? Oh yes, former. I accepted a lower position after the merger at Parallax, though that too did not last. The new board of directors and I had a difference of opinion about the direction the new company would take. The distributed mesh net that current generation ROMs use was, at the time, highly experimental. I felt that a non-centralized data scheme was dangerous, both from internal and external threats. I have been proven wrong so far, but the security work that goes into maintaining the integrity of the mesh net is incredibly expensive. In case you missed that, this actually already happened. It's called Google. Their meshnet is decentralized, or at least it's kind of a metaphor, meshnet. Basically, all of their structures are decentralized, and because they're constantly updating, they are not threatened by security. There's no security compromises to the system, because all of their stuff works over the cloud, and the cloud is kind of a very decentralized system of networks, as opposed to, like, say, anything that Apple or Microsoft makes that goes through centralized processing systems, especially like Windows 10 or like Apple. They always update too, Apple's stuff, but it works a little differently. So this is a very real problem that happens right now. And you can actually literally watch as this happens in real time, the revolution that is decentralized computer processing versus centralized computer processing. Yeah, Mr. Fairlight, unfortunately I have to tell you from the year 2016 now that you're wrong. But it's cool that you're wrong. I don't know why you would step down from the CEO position over such a kind of basic ass thing, but hey, rich people, I don't know. Security work that goes into maintaining the integrity of the meshnet is incredibly expensive. Takes Google's amounts of dollars. There were other disagreements, but in the end, I was voted off the board of directors and exited from the company. It would be dishonest to say that there were no hard feelings, but I'm still a very wealthy man and have found other projects to occupy my time. So about Hayden, though. His research? No, not so much. I remember at the time he had interest in advanced machines sapience, but that is the realm of science fiction. Dog, you couldn't even decentralize your computer processing systems. He once showed me a prototype of his. She was quite clever and very convincing, but you could tell she did not contain the spark of life, something I know quite well. And then he like uncrosses his legs and recrosses them on the other side, like like what's that movie? Lethal, not Lethal Weapon. Whatever. I assume that you were another of his creations? Yeah, yo, that's me. I'm the guy. I introduced myself. I'm Turing. This is Solon. What are his creations? Did you say she? Yes, she was quite insistent on that fact over the course of our conversation with her. Hayden said that she had picked out the color for her casing herself, pastel pink. Still, I must assume you were far more advanced than she, if you were spearheading the search for your creator. Perhaps I should have had more faith in Hayden's little hobby. You know what became of her? Or where she might be now? Hayden's told me so little of his past research. Oh, that'd be such a good lead. Oh, this would be some AI that has a little more lifespan to it. A little older of an AI, and would have so much to give us about Hayden. I'm sorry, Turing. It has been a long time ago, and I'm afraid my memory is not what it used to be. If I ever knew any more about her, I have forgotten, although I still have some connections with Parallax. Should I stumble over any information about your erstwhile sibling, I will pass it your way. Turing, you have a sister! That's wild. That's just, what a wild world. Thanks, Dr. Fairlight. Of course, ask away. What do you want? Straight up. What do I want? Answers. It's what we all live for. It would be nice to be young again, off exploring uncharted ruins, or taking a nice zero-G trip and seeing the world spin. Or just a normal trip and seeing the world spin. But right now, with you two, I simply wish to help. Thanks, dude. I have the resources, and it sounds like our mutual friend is in trouble. So how can you help? Oh, well, I can think of a few ways. I still have some contacts in Parallax and can put out some quiet feelers. Maybe they'll know something. Other than that, I'm not sure what I can do. But I'm wealthy and bored, so I'm sure I'll come up with something. Characters. Hi, I'm Dr. Fairlight. Are you in need of help? Because I'm wealthy and bored, and I can help you with whatever you'd like. Perhaps you can fill me in a bit more on the investigation so I can figure out what I can best help. God, this guy's playing me. Like, look at his little tiny thin glasses. The glasses and the weird horn beard of someone who's playing me. These are liar glasses. What did you find at Haydens Apartment? First time we went, nothing. But when we went back to gather up his computer's data cache, we found everything. The place had been pillaged. The human revolution had spray-painted slogans all over the wall. Hayden's computer was gone, and we were assaulted. We're still frustratingly in the dark and running out of time. I fear Hayden's slipping out of reach. I'm failing him. Please, Mr. Fairlight, tell me everything's gonna be okay. I am but a young little baby robot. Sorry to hear that. It's been very interesting speaking to you, Dr. Fairlight. Right, Solon? I don't think we should trust him. I can't put this on Turing, though. I need to treat Turing like I would treat any younger person. I need to talk straight with them about how I feel, so that they can talk straight with me about how they feel. I should not put the responsibility of trust onto poor Turing. As their senior, I should say we should trust him or we should not trust him. Also, he's kind of right in the room with me. Nope, this is a turning point. I'm gonna put my foot down, excuse me. I don't think we should trust him. Sorry, Fairlight. Rudeness aside, I only have the intention of helping my old friend. I can simply look into this matter of my own time if you don't wish for my assistance. I don't think we have much choice, Solon. Now, if you're willing to hear me out, I think I might have a lead in mind for you two. You said you found a human revolution slogan spray-painted on the walls? I am acquaintances with the man leading the current human revolution protests at the Genus Clinic. Oh, we're getting deep. Let's talk Brian Mulberry. Brian. After an introduction from me, he may be willing to shine some light on that particular event. If it was just some hot-headed youths from the organization, it should be an easy cleanup. If not, that's useful information in and itself. How did you know this Brian Mulberry? Ah, well, when I exited Parallax after the merger, I sought out like-minded individuals to put pressure on the company to avoid full deployment of the meshnet system. Brian Mulberry was one such person. We did not succeed in our efforts, but a high-profile breach of Parallax's servers did force them to put vastly larger efforts into network security than they had planned. Is that where Tomcat's involved with this? That sounds like a tomcat thing. A great expenditure of resources I had been hoping to avoid. That sounds very bitter, Doctor. Like, you would just go out and, like, attack them directly. You're involved with the human revolution? No, not with those guys. Not in this lifetime. Even if I so desired, I don't think they would approve much of my work. While Mr. Mulberry and I were associated with each other once, it was before he joined the human revolution. I find their methodology too aggressive, and their stated goals dangerously backwards. While I pushed for careful deployment of technology after the Parallax System 1 merger, I am no Luddite. After all, I would likely be dead without the advanced medical and computing technology that goes into this chair here. Point made. Fair enough. Alright. Thank you, sir. Sorry I don't trust you. I also still don't trust you. I will send a message downstairs to my assistant, Leon Decker. He will hand you one of my cards to prove your association with me to Mr. Mulberry. So, by the way, if you haven't gotten it, we're at like 3 for 3 with cyberpunk naming here. We definitely have our like kind of skeevy detective person that's like whose name's taken straight out of the board game Clue, Mr. Mulberry. We also have Tomcat, the username person, and now we have a Decker. There's always a Decker. I don't know why, but there always is. Leon Decker. Like, yep. Make sure you speak to him before you leave. In the meantime, I will get in touch with some other individuals I know and try to find out any other information about Hayden that I might be able to pass to you. I will be in contact. It was a pleasure meeting you both. Okay, let's peace out of this hospital. I thought it would be hard to peace out of this hospital. But, yeah. No, we got Mr. Fairlight here. Dr. Fairlight will just help us walk right on out of here. Come on, Turing. Let's boogie on out of here. Yeah, let's go. I don't need to be here any longer. Oh, hi, Lexi! Ooh, this is awkward. Hi, yes. What the hell is wrong with you? I can't believe you're still pulling the exact same shit you were years ago. This time it's truly unreal. Do you even realize how bad impersonating a police officer is? It's a felony, jackass. I should be slapping you in cuffs and dragging your sorry ass off right now. Oh, but you wouldn't do that to me. I'm Solon. I'm like cute, lovable, and huggable. I'm sorry, Detective Rivers. give her the puppy dog eyes, Turing. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do anything. The plan to lift your credentials to use them to access Haydens' apartment was entirely mine. Solon followed along only in protest. Thanks, Turing. Also, I feel it necessary to mention that, though you are understandably upset, such language and imagery is beneath you as a respected officer of the law. Turing! Cayete! Down! Buddy! Great, the robot did it, huh? I guess I'll just take you to jail, Turing. Is that what you want? Don't try to shoulder the blame for him. He's an idiot. I know that he had to lend you a hand. It isn't like you to have the hardware to complete the act alone anyway, little guy. Maybe I did. Detective Rivers, I think I'll tell you the whole truth since Solon trusts you. I've been a bad robot. Keep it under your hat, though, metaphorically. I am actually a prototype designed to be the first fully sapient machine. I suspect my creation is the main reason for Hayden's disappearance, but beyond his normal research for parallax. I like this guy in the back. He's like, everything's okay. You're at a hospital now. Okay. My name is Turing. That is a damn bigger problem than you first let on then, huh?